Hi everyone, it's Judy. Welcome back to my channel. And I've done it again. I forgot to set my little timer. So let me kind of put it back here behind me. Maybe it won't sound so loud. I'm going to give it 35 minutes. Let's see what we get today. It's all right, fell down, but we're good. Okay, I came up with an idea last night when I couldn't sleep. How many of you do that? On what to do with those 12 by 12 papers that usually come in one of those paper pads, and there's several nice papers, but usually there's some that you know you'll never use. And I am not an animal print person, and I certainly don't think zebra or whatever this is comes in maroon. So this is what I did. I'm going to come up with something, one of these kind of one-page wonders, using some of that scrap paper that you're probably never going to use. You can use it to line pockets or, you know, flaps or something like that, or whatever it is, you know, because this one's got a white background. But I'm not going to waste a lot of time getting into that. And I may go on and off camera with some of this because I try to get the camera up high enough to try to get as much of this in as possible. So I wrote down some instructions, and you can see I crossed them out and rewrote, because I'm trying to work this out as I go. And this is what we're going to do. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to score your paper, and I scored it on this side. Let me bring up my scoreboard just to kind of show you. Now my scoreboard goes backwards for most people because it is a trimmer as well. So my numbers start here at 1. I have a thing over here. They start here at 1 and go here to 12, where most people go the other way. So my first scoring was to go, let me find it in the right place. Here we are. Okay, you put your paper down and you score first here at 4, or in your case would be 8, and at 8 for me, which in your case would be 4. In other words, every 4 inches, 4 inches, 4 inches, 4 inches. Okay, then you're going to turn the paper this way, and you're going to score here at what for me is 3.5 inches here. Okay, and then 3 inches from here. So it's 3 inches when you turn the page. Then this is like 5. 1, 2, I can't see it. 3, 4, 5. It's even more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5.5. That's how tall the piece will be. And then this piece is 3.5 inches. So hopefully that makes sense. It's 4 inches and then 8 inches for you, for people who have the other, what do you call it? And then 3 inches, and for what it would be for you would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5 inches. Okay, I believe that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. So 3 inches and then 8.5, or 3.5 inches from this side. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't want to confuse anybody, but I have this foldy. This one folds. You can fold it up like this. So that's what I have, and I can use it as a cutter as well, which is why the numbers go the opposite way. So this is what we're going to do. I took a little bit of, this is from the Edith Holden like diary kind of page, where you can write your notes, not really, you know, but you can write things. Like, see, you can see there's dates on the back. These are just regular book page. I think this was an old etiquette book. And then I just took some coffee dyed paper and I stamped some script all over, and then all I did was tear the pages down. That was it. Okay, into basically, you know, equal sizes, but nothing. I didn't ink them. I didn't know if I wanted them inked, because we're using kind of delicate pages like this, and I can always go back and sort of ink them. I didn't think I really wanted to take the time to ink each piece. So you can kind of go over it with your with a brush and kind of ink in the edges after it's done, which is probably what I'm going to do. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to start first by flipping this over. This is, you want the, this is the way it's going to go. in the book, okay? So you want to take the side that has 4 inches and 4 inches, okay? That is the way we're going to be working. And what I'm going to do is I have some of this painter's paper, so I am just going to try to glue down in this whole section. Let me see if I can just, it doesn't matter because this is all going to be covered. I'm just going to try to give you the lines here a little bit. Okay. Should have done that before. White on white is very glary. So, all right. Okay, so now you can kind of see the fold lines from in here. They're going to get inked anyway. So I am going to go back to this. This is the 4 inches, the 4 inches, all right? I'm going to turn it for my sake, and I'm going to start gluing this paper down the center. And I've got another kind of glue stick. It's Pioneer Photo Glue Stick, acid-free. I did a test thing with this because I noticed that, for me at least, with some of the, and this comes over the edges, so I'm going to go over the edges a little bit with this. I noticed that some of them, and I don't know what it is, I don't know if it's my area where I live in or my altitude or what it is, and honestly I can't remember which glue stick I used when on what, but I did notice it seems that after they sit for a while, if you bend whatever the piece is, a tag or whatever it is, it seems I hear crackling, and that kind of bothers me. So I was not happy about that. So when I got this, I figured, let me try this one. Oh, knocked it over. My desk is an absolute mess. I'm just going to put this over the line a little bit. I'm not worried about it being straight because I have way more than I need. So let me just get, I had a bone folder. I was using this to ink some stuff, so it's in my way. I had a bone folder. Or I have this. I can use this. So I decided I would try another glue stick. It's not that I won't use these other glue sticks. I use them for different types of things. But, yeah, I just wasn't too happy about that. So I put this on a little sample, and I did this back in March 11th. And it does not crackle, it bends, doesn't make noise, it holds. So far, really happy with this glue stick. So we're gonna work on that. Let me get my little trimmer pad here. I have, again, let me just say, so much stuff on my desk. So this one, I'm gonna trim this way. I just wanted to do this part first because I wanted it to dry while I'm working on the other side. Okay, just put that down there. And put this down here. Now, I can't remember the name of this pad. It's just one of those sort of kind of generic ones, I guess. I don't really know. But there's some nice pages in it that I really, really liked. And, okay, what I'm just going to do here is fold this back. I just don't want to go past the fold for the, for the crease here. And I did crease it. I did fold it and use the bone folder on this. I'm just going to try to pull some of this off. And I'll make sure this is glued down because it may make a difference in what we're doing. But for right now, we are good. And this is pretty well done. Okay, good. All right, so now we're going to turn this over to the other side. And we're going to start gluing it, gluing down our pieces. Again, make sure you are on your 4, 4, and 4, which is this way. Let me go ahead and just kind of try to crease this just so that I keep the creases as best as possible. And do try to line this up because sometimes you use the scoreboard and when you fold them, they're not exactly perfect. So I felt some glue here, but All right, and I'm just gonna do the same on this side. Because we're gonna be collaging all over this, there's where I felt the glue. I just wanna keep these creases nice, okay? So we're gonna do it this way, because this is up, 4, 4, and 4, okay? And we're just gonna start by gluing some, I think we'll start by gluing some papers down. And it doesn't matter if you get any glue on the paper underneath, because we're gluing it down. And we're just going to, you do have to keep in mind though that this is the top, because this will make a flap. So if you want that, you know, I do want like flowers near the end. So we'll just kind of do that. You want this part to go this way, and then the bottom part down here, only in the middle are we concerned, because this is the only part you're gonna actually kind of see. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see, we'll figure it out as we go, guys. So let's do some of this. Get this on. I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as possible so I can show you what it is. Oh my God, this is gonna be sticky on my hands. All right, let's just try to do that. Okay, glue it down. Let's get a Edith Holden here and put that one down. Okay, try to just do that. I'm hoping I have enough. I should have more than enough papers. Get that down. All right, I'm gonna start by doing something like this. Now these are gonna be bigger and not necessarily square. And we do want all the edges. This I didn't do, you know, pre-do, because I didn't know where I would want them or how big I would want them and things like that. So, okay. All right, let's just go ahead and put that there, let's say. Shouldn't do it over what I've already put down though, that's for sure. Let me grab a pair of tweezers. I have an old pair in here somewhere. Here we go, that has glue on them already. And that should help my fingers somewhat. All right, let's just do that. Okay, put that down. Just the more I do this, the more it's gonna, you know, stick to my fingers. So I think I'm gonna show you this part, and then we'll go back in a subsequent video. Let me go, no, let me go a little more on an angle. Here we go. And we'll do the tags that will go in this. Now this has nothing to do with the journal I'm currently working on. That one is the prairie one. And again, I'm just going to tear off this white stuff here because I don't want to have that there. And because when you ink it over it, you get this big brown blotch, and I don't like that. So we're just going to take that off. So anyway, yeah, I'm working on this prairie one as I can. Again, I told you in one of my, or actually probably my last couple of videos, that as I do something, I will, you know, kind of just bring it to you guys, and we'll go from there with it. So, all right, let's go here, I guess. Yeah, we like that one. And some of these with the flowers, it's not going to matter, but the words, it will. So you want to think about how that looks when this is going to be closed, okay? Like so. Actually, I'm thinking now I may just collage by section. This is going to end up being one whole piece. Okay. Yeah, let's just kind of focus here on the middle. I don't mind if I overlap the edges some, but let's just see what we can do. All right, I'm gonna come up here. I'm doing this as I go. It's a thought, it's an idea, but as you go, as you usually know, go this way, you find that it didn't quite work out in real life as it did in your brain. Happens to me a lot. So I get going and it's like, oh, well, my, that's not gonna work. So, all right, what else do I want here? I guess we'll put another flower part in. I really do want a lot of flowers. Go this way. You do know if you tear towards you the piece that you want, it will put the white part on the bottom. If you want that white part, then you tear it this way towards you and you'll get the, or away from you, I should say, and then you'll get that. So let's just, I got that. Oh, of course. Course. After I just said that. The part you don't want, you pull away. The part you do want, you pull towards you. And that makes a difference in how you get those white edges. Sometimes you're doing it and you're like, why do I keep getting these white edges? Well, that's why. It's how you're tearing it. If you want the white edges, tear it away from you. If you don't, tear it towards you. I'm just going around these edges here, pulling these away. I'll probably end up, I have ideas for the tags. It's just sticking to my fingers. All right, let's try and see what we can do here. Let's go, I don't mind a little bit here. Let's go down this way and like this, and we'll just tear that one there. And tear this, get rid of that white edge. As much as I can. I can cover some of this too, so that's not such a bad thing. All right, I think we're gonna go, it's stuck to my fingers again. I'd like to stick something else in here. So I am going to get another Edith Holden. I may run out of these. That's a good possibility. Oh, that's glue. I do want glue. Like I said, I just tore a couple of pages. I think I used a couple of pages from the May and June bits. And then I'm just gonna put that right there. Right there. Oh, I didn't glue this one. Like, why isn't it sticking? Okay, so we'll do that there. It does have some glue on it. All right. Starting to get a little low here. Yeah, I don't generally use glue stick, but to do this with the Fabri-Tac, I think would just really take forever. And I am pretty confident that this glue will hold. So I have still a bunch of Oohoo, which may lose its stickiness over the years, and I've had it for a while because it just, I don't know, it just didn't work for me. Things just didn't seem to stay stuck. I don't know why. It's got a little pop up there, but I'm not too concerned. Okay, let's take you and put you over here. And we've got sort of the middle here. Let's keep going. We'll do, I haven't done some of this, so let's go ahead and do one of these. So yeah, it just, I don't know, I don't generally use glue sticks. So I found this one and I seem to be happy with it. And these can go over the edge a little bit because we'll just trim, you know, if it comes over the edge, you just trim it off. I am getting stuck, my little glue eraser. This thing really does help. If you're not worried about manicured hands, as I am not, you can probably tell. All right, so another piece here. Let's say I do want to get rid of this. So let's tear that down there, and we'll tear this here. And I've only used one of my pages. I think I like it this way. All right, we'll put that there. We'll see what we can do. Now this is going to go into the signature, but it's going to fold out. I'm going to just go there, cover that little edge. And I'll show you that in a few minutes. Hopefully we can get this more done. This one's going down this way. Oh, let me just keep going this way. Okay, we'll go like that. Okay. Okay, let's see what we have here. Let's go just like this. Oh, I don't think this was the side I wanted. It had to do with making drinks for your guests. It's like, oh, okay. I can take part of this, I think. Yeah, we'll wait on that. All right, let's just keep going here. Let's get the bigger pieces on this side. We'll do one of these. Okay, come on, hold still. Hold still. All right, I don't want to cover too much of the flowers, but I do not want any holes if I can help it. Okay, let's do more flower on this side. I'm gonna take a different piece of paper. Let's go with these. And okay, I'm just gonna tear that corner, and we'll tear this down, and we'll go this way. This is a nice big flower piece here. I'm trying to see how it really goes. All right, that would be fine on that side. And I just want to make sure. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. Actually, I think I'm putting more book page and script and stuff on than I'm putting flowers, but we'll see what we get. 'Tis an experiment. All right, let's get that in there. I just want to push that up a little bit because I had a little gap. Make sure I'm not completely off camera for you. Okay, and let's see. Let's do this part. Okay. Go here. I'm sorry, I keep tearing off camera, I think. I do apologize. All right. We're going to put this one up here. So let's get another book page. Book page. Okay. I think, oh my goodness, look at this. Guess who won't go? We'll be covering that part, I think. Oh my gosh. Okay. Obviously, I should have flipped this paper over onto the other side. All right, we'll put this one here. How's that? Okay, I like that. I like that. So I guess this, in a way, this is almost like you could call it a master board, but you're not going to be cutting it apart. You're just collaging the whole piece, and then we're going to try to fold it again. Like I said, that's why I kept those score lines. All right, what else do I need? Okay, that is calling for an Edith Holden. That is calling for an Edith Holden. So let's do that. That is what I think. Now, I will confess, I am really not good. I'm trying to get it over the edge as much as possible at collage. I really stink. with collaging. So that being said, let me see what I have down here. Okay, trying to get this little corner. Oh, again, off camera, sorry. Don't mean to do that. All right, let's see if I can, oh, I can. That will just fit. Okay, good. Okay, we'll do that. Alrighty. Put that on there. I want to get it high enough so that it covers that gap. That is good. So if for some reason, and I probably will run out of time doing this, I will just kind of shut off. The camera may abruptly stop because, again, I have trouble with my phone. All right, I'm going to do this one here. Let me tear, I don't have to tear that actually, because I can put it right off the edge of the page. Is what I can do. Okay, I can put that right there. I think I'm going to just get rid of that part. Yep, like that better. Okay, I'm getting globs around the edges here. All right, pull that up, put that there. I just want to make sure. All right, then I need a little bit here, so let me just grab a little something, something. Here, this one's good. We'll do that one. It's got a little bit of color on it. I'll just stick that in here for this. By the time I'm tearing off all the edges, there's no color left, so we'll just put a little bit right there. That'll work. That will work. Let me get a little stuff on here, like so. Put that down in here, like so. I'm trying to get pretty much over all these lines up here. Another Edith Holden. I think I'm going to tear this one because I'm kind of coming over the lines here. Yeah, okay. Making a mess out of my glue. All right, I'm gonna do this one this way. And then I will do a script over here. And again, I'm gonna tear this one. Make that. I'm going to try to wipe off some of this glue and rub it around a little because I'm getting globs. Okay, pick that up. Wish I was faster at this, but I am not. I think I'll just put this one straight across to give it a different angle from the other two that it's touching. And let's go to this, and we will bring this down. Get rid of this one. Oops, I didn't get, oh, it is sticky. I gotta watch here on these bends because I'm having issues with creases because the glue is not dry. All right, so probably what I may do is just go ahead and finish this off camera. I do have a little bit more I can do. I want to remember that this is going to fold this way, so we want these things continuing to go the way they're going. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let's get something else here. Let's go with this one. Alrighty. I am trying to get as much flowers. Keep doing it. Sorry, guys. It has been a week this week, I'll tell you. I think most of you know that my son was coming to visit. You know what? I'm going to start gluing on this. My son was coming to visit me for Mother's Day, which he did. He came out on May 8th and he left on the 19th, which was 2 days ago. This is Wednesday, the 20-something for me. But, okay, here we go. Make sure that goes all the way to the edge. He did leave on Monday. No, that's not good. Let's do this one. Let's see here. Do I have anything wider for her? Right here. I do not. I really do want this in here though. Well, we'll just put something else there. That's all. Okay. I'm going to take the piece that I tore, if I still have it. Here it is. So we dropped him off at the train, and I had some stuff I had to take care of work-wise. So I started doing that, and we dropped him off at the train at like 9 o'clock. And I came back and I started cleaning up the mess I had made from all of the, looking for book page here, book page. Had them, here they are, buried them. From all the stuff that I had been doing for our dinner. Okay, I'm not sure which side is which. I just don't want something on there that says how to get rid of guests you don't want anymore. Yeah, it's polite. I guess there's, you know, a polite way of doing that, but I wouldn't really want that on here. So, but anyway, I just put that someplace else. There we go. Came home to do all of that, and I get a phone call about 12:30 from my husband, because he's out doing donation pickups for the nice people who donate to our soup kitchen. And I get a phone call from him, and he tells me that my brother-in-law, they're taking him to the emergency room because he cut his hand and it looks pretty bad. It's like, oh, swell. So he says, I'm coming to pick you up, because I was here home cleaning up the mess I had made, because I print here at home, because that's where I have color printers, and I needed that for the dinner that I was doing, so for the church. So I'm like, So needless to say, one thing led to another, and we spent the day, literally the day, in an emergency at a local hospital, and there was like 50 people waiting to get in. And I said, you know what, we're gonna go up to the emergency clinic, to the urgent care. So put him in the car and got him up to the urgent care. Went much faster, of course, but I didn't get home until like 4:30, so my whole day was pretty much shot. So that was that. Then yesterday I had 2 doctor's appointments, so, you know, one kind of mid-morning, one late. I'm trying to think what I want to put in here. I think we'll just go over this way, I think, and then we'll work on the rest. And then today I have a chiropractor's appointment. It's like, I have all these medical appointments. It's like, holy cow. So, because my back, one reason why you hadn't seen me, well, there's more than one reason why you guys hadn't seen me. One was because my back was really bad. And I thought I would be getting better more quickly, and it didn't quite work out that way. So while my son was here, I was just a mess. So this should be, I'm hoping, my last chiropractor's appointment. And do this one here. And yeah, so I think we'll make that a little smaller. So that should be my last chiropractor's appointment, and that's better. I've done better with that now. And then on Friday, I go back to, that is my timer. That tells me my 35 minutes are over. Let me check and make sure I am actually still recording. I am. So I have to go to my regular doctor, my regular PC, for my checkup to see how my new blood pressure medicine is working. So yay! So anyway, that is where I am with these things. Okay, let's go this way. Oops, that was a little more tear than I wanted there. So yeah, that's just been one of those weeks trying to play catch up on everything that I have, you know, made a mess of, with having to clean up everything that I've done, and put everything away, because when we do these dinners or luncheons that we have, I design the programs. That's okay. I think we're, well, yeah, well, no, we'll go this way. I design the programs. I design the certificates, the awards that we give out. I design the invitations, and I not only design them, I print them all, and, you know, get everything all organized, and get the venue, and choose the menu, and get the florist, and, you know, just all of those things. And it gets to be a lot of work, and I have lists all over the place, and, you know, I try to get rid of the things that don't work out well. You know, like, it's like, whoops, okay, that was a mistake. I try to just throw away the mistakes as soon as I see them, so that I don't get inundated with all this extra paper. So anyway, all of that to say, I've got all the stuff that I've got to take care of and clean up. So I'm still there, but between my son being here and then having to do all the stuff for the dinner that needed to get done, and you know, doctor's appointments, and that was a big wad of glue, doctor's appointments for me, my brother-in-law cutting his hand, blah 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 blah, and all this other stuff. It's like, oh my goodness. So I have not been able to get a chance to get down here for what really seems like a very long time. So I do want to, I'm going to rub this because I've got glue too low on this. I'll try to peel it away. I'm just hoping that the glue doesn't interfere with trying to ink this if I decide I want to do that. I may not do it all overall. I'm just going to trim this one off like right now. I'm going to use my junky scissors because I have a lot of glue on that, and it is just going to stick to my mat and just give me a problem. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want most of that glue gone. Okay, so let's get back to this now. So I'm really liking the way this is looking. Let me see if I can get a nice big chunk of flour down here. I just have to get away with this white edge. So I've just been trying to get back down here. You know, I just haven't been able to do it. But last night, I'm catching up on my sleep because I've been going to bed late, you know, and all of this stuff. So I do want something there. So let me get rid of this. I'm gonna pull that down a little bit. And I can use a little Edith Holden right about there. Right about there. Okay, I'm just going to try to do this piece. Let's put that here, and then I will want it going at a slightly different angle and off. Okay. So I finally had an opportunity. My husband is out right now. I generally go in later on Wednesdays for the most part. because we have evening groups, and so I get home later. So if I want to get anything done here in the house, per se, I need to do that early. Oh, this has still got a white spot. Out, white spot. So, I think I can just make it if I'm careful. Okay. So, anyway, needless to say, I stayed home. My husband's out doing the donations, and when he comes back, I should, yeah, I've got to be there in an hour. So hopefully he will be back, so that I can have the van so I can go to my appointment. In the interim, he will be doing some office work here from home, and he will also be doing some, I just want to make sure, well, there is a spot, but I don't really think that's going to matter too much. He will be doing some office work, but also trying to get the, he's doing some work on one of the bedrooms here, in the house. So, all right. I just don't want to do that. Now, what I'm doing here, and like, again, what I said is I'm probably just going to go ahead and finish this off camera. But I'm going to turn this now around because this is going to fold this way, and we want the pictures and wording and all that kind of stuff going in the right direction as much as possible. So we're looking at it, if I see this line right here, from here on down, I'm going to go ahead and put things going in the other way. So I just don't want, I've been on this now for, I'm not sure, I am still recording, but I don't want to make it too long. So let me finish this piece off camera. I'm going to trim it, and then when we come back, we'll work on the structure, and if maybe we can get a few tags in or something, we'll see. So anyway, that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little process. It looks pretty to me. I'm loving the way that looks. Really, really loving it. And I may end up adding a few butterflies or something. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll see what I'm going to do. But in the meantime, until the next video, guys, be safe, be happy, and be blessed. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.